Hey, so we're back. So I made a video a few days ago, you can see it playing right there, about how the TikTok ban was official, because it was and actually still is. Just give me a second to explain what's going on. So the TikTok ban was official and it was going to go through for January 19th. However, TikTok made an announcement that everything would be going dark as of 8:30 p.m. EST. And boy did it. You had people doing their farewell videos, people going live until it kicked them off, and we lost availability to TikTok here in the US. People had a feeling, I had a feeling, I even voiced it in that last video, which be sure to go check out because it had some useful information just in general when it comes to these apps and just going forward if anything were to ever shut down, go bankrupt, and you needed to figure out what the next move is or how things are going to go. So even though the TikTok ban is not happening, it's still useful information. But messages did start to shortly come out that, you know, TikTok was working with soon-to-be President Trump, probably will be inaugurated by the time this comes out, and that he was working to come up with a way for TikTok to stay. And it looks like, at least breaking announcement was that he will be working to, as soon as he's in office, get a 90-day extension. So the ban is still happening. Unless some other agreement, you know, happens between TikTok, ByteDance, and the US. But there were more details with the ban that a lot of people didn't know, even myself was unaware of, that I'll go ahead and give you a rundown for. So the TikTok ban included any app, from what I understand, owned by ByteDance. So that was TikTok. That was also CapCut. A lot of people didn't realize, I knew this, but not a lot of people knew that CapCut would be leaving us as well. For those of you that remember, CapCut was a video editor app that kind of came about as TikTok started to rise. People started to use it to edit their videos before they posted them to TikTok. Some people even started to shoot and edit their videos there before posting it. It had a direct connection, what I would call an API type connection with TikTok, so that you could test what type of sounds from TikTok you wanted to use. You could put transitions, go ahead and chop your footage, but it was a little more intuitive than the TikTok editor. It was so good, you could even post from CapCut to TikTok. And I don't know if it always was under the umbrella, because I remember hearing that TikTok purchased CapCut, but apparently ByteDance, not TikTok. I remember hearing that they were purchased and basically merged into TikTok, and you could see it when the editor for TikTok became much more intuitive, had much more features. And the reason this one really didn't sit right with me, because I already was starting to notice it, but Instagram launched their new Edits app. Yeah, so the TikTok ban goes through and Instagram changes their format to look a little more like TikTok. They introduced 3-minute reels a couple of days before the ban was supposed to be enacted, and then dropped edits. Again, why this ban looked really suspicious and not like data security was really an issue. There was also Lemonade. That was the app that a lot of people thought they were gonna be able to go to once TikTok left. Wasn't ever really able to get into that. But the one that got me, that I was not aware of, Marvel Snap. So this was the part that I didn't understand, and I'm gonna actually read it off from this article. For those unaware, Marvel Snap was developed by Second Dinner and published by ByteDance's own publisher, Newverse. So I did not realize that Marvel Snap even had a relation to ByteDance as well. So it was included underneath the TikTok ban. And once that came to fruition, a whole lot of people, ones who weren't even worried about the TikTok ban, were like, wait a minute, hold up, you're taking my games away from me now too? And yeah, it's like I tried to tell people, it was gonna go a little deeper. People started to worry, well, what about Fortnite? There's the establishment of Tencent being involved with that. There's dances from TikTok that get moved into Fortnite. Someone joked they were gonna actually have to have original emotes again. Maybe not anymore. But then that even made people start to worry about Marvel Rivals, one of the most popular, if not the most popular game out right now, because Marvel Rivals has a collaboration with Marvel Snap, as well as being developed by NetEase, which is a Chinese developer. So yeah, when Marvel Snap sent that message, a lot of people, even ones who didn't care about the TikTok ban, really started wondering what was going on. So yeah, right now, TikTok is available again in the US. It took not even 24 hours. I want to say it was something like 14. The skits and jokes have already been plentiful. I, for one, have said multiple times I'm not going to be able to take America seriously. It's slowly been divulging even more, but I think if we reach any more level of ridiculousness of how much I can't take us serious, I'll be surprised. But for now, TikTok is back, but we won't know anything until Trump is in office if his potentially executive order that he wants to sign actually goes through. I think a lot of the politicians really started to see the writing on the wall. This feels like it was all fear tactic. People really thought TikTok would have sold by now, and because they didn't, that's why you saw a lot of governors and senators start saying, whoa, wait a minute, maybe we don't need to take it, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a worry that TikTok won't necessarily be the same. One of the messages that came up started to talk about how, you know, TikTok's unavailable right now, but we are excited to be working with President Trump on a solution going forward and to bring back access to American users. And I'm worried that even the TikTok CEO, with as much as how he's shown excitement for working with Trump, if he's just kind of playing the game, or if he forgets that this whole thing started with Trump signing an executive order to ban TikTok back in 2020. I believe that was a failed attempt. It was the executive order didn't go through, and then they introduced a bill, they introduced another bill. Then how they got it to go through, I explained this in the other video, they bundled it in a humanitarian aid package. That's an explanation for another video, or plenty of other explanation videos out there exist for that whole situation. Future me interrupted myself for 1 second to say, and no, I'm not gonna thank Donald Trump for this. As I mentioned a second ago, he's the reason that a TikTok ban was even, I won't say it'd be because it was even thought of, but he introduced the first steps towards a TikTok ban. Back to the video. But for right now, TikTok is back. I'll continue to be dropping skits over there. I guess yet again, I was right the first time where I was like, it ain't going nowhere. But drop down in the comments below what you think, how ridiculous you might find it. If you cared at all about the TikTok ban, or if you were affected by one of the other apps that actually went down as a result of all this. CapCut's still not back up, by the way. A lot of people are wondering about that, especially with Instagram dropping edits. I have talked long enough. This wasn't a planned video. I didn't expect to be making it so soon. I did think TikTok would come back, but not quite this fast. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment down below your thoughts. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.